Hey T-Bops, what's up? It's Randy. Thanks for joining me today on the Black Orchid Project. I hope you guys are all doing well. If you follow this channel, you know I like to do plant updates so you can see what's going on with plants that's been featured on the channel before. And so today I do have a update for you. Now the thing is, I did an update on this plant last month, but some things have happened. I think it'd be really cool for you guys to see them. So today's update is on the same plant we did the update on like a month ago, and it doesn't have a name yet. Now it does. I have recently named this plant Viola, as in Viola Davis, like the actress. The reason why is because this plant has probably got more screen time on this channel than I have. So, and plus, look at that color. How, like when I was thinking about the name, like it just kind of came to me because look at the color. It doesn't remind you of like a viola. So anyway, if you've been following the channel, you've seen this plant kind of grow, and it was featured on a rescue video I did. I had gone out, kind of done one of my rescue runs, and I did a video about my new rescues and what my plans were for them, and it also had some quick watering tips. And so I did that video, and then a couple of days later I did an update video to show you exactly what I did to the plants once I evaluated them and decided whether I was going to repot them, let them be, or whatever. So this particular plant still had some blooms. That's it back there on the screen. It still had some blooms, and I decided to just hydrate it and to see how long the blooms would last and just enjoy those blooms while they were still open, and then deal with it afterwards. Now, the thing about this particular plant is, we talked about in that video, is that it looked like the top was dead, like the crown was dead. And so there was kind of, I had asked what you think was going to happen. And so some people thought it was going to go on and kick a flower out, kick a leaf out the top. Some people thought it would kick a keiki out the side, and then some people thought it would probably kick a keiki out of the spike. Well, I just let it sit, didn't do much to it. Like I said, didn't repot it, just cut some slits in here so it could get some air. And then I guess about, the flowers lasted for about 3-4 weeks. And then after that, about 2 weeks after that, it actually kicked out a secondary spike. So this was the original spike. You can see that brown one. And it was actually it was a 2 spike. There was another one here. And then it kicked out a secondary spike here. And so I knew it was going to be another bloom that was going to come out. And so I was like, wow, that's really cool. It's going to kick out another bloom. Still, let's see what happens. Well, about 2 weeks after that, I looked, and there was a keiki growing from the base of it. So this must have been dead. So it kicked out a keiki. Now this is really interesting for it to actually throw out a keiki and have a grow, what am I trying to say here? It's growing, for lack of better words, and it's also blooming. And so you don't see that very often. Usually they bloom or they grow. And so this one is actually doing both. So it's kind of a unique little plant. Another thing I found interesting was that the flower is just different. Matter of fact, I had to go back because I got 2 of these kind of at the same time, and I thought I had gotten them mixed up. But this is indeed the same plant. If you look at the other picture closely, you can see like this little kind of curved spike. And so that is this stem. That stem sat right here. That was the original stem. I just cut it off. And so, yeah, it's the same plant. Now, I know you guys are focused in on this. I can tell. Like, it's just killing you that this yellow leaf is here. But the reason why I leave the leaves on, I never really rip leaves off because, for one, they're not show plants. They don't need to be pretty. But I also believe they will drop their leaf when they're ready. It's almost like a scab. Like if you pick at it, you basically create a new injury on yourself. And that's the way I feel about leaves. And so it's giving energy to this spike. It's giving energy to this keiki. Last thing I want to do is have to divert energy to a injury caused by me ripping it off. So I guarantee you probably within the next week or so, this particular leaf will be gone. This one will start to die off once these blooms go, and this is going to be the new plant for this. So it's going to be very interesting to see this develop. So let's take some really cool, let's take a look at some close-ups of this particular plant. Sorry. Yeah, let's take some close-up looks at this plant and this particular keiki. All right, so that is one of my new favorite pictures. As some of you guys know, I'm a photographer, so every once in a while I will pull out um, a really cool shot. Let's just say that. So that particular shot will go into the gallery I have. I have a gallery of a few plants that I've taken pictures of. I haven't gotten them all in. It's been a little bit crazy, and I want to get them all in there because I do love shooting pictures of my plants. And so I do have a gallery, like I said, that has photos of most of the plants that I have on hand once they bloom or once I rescue them. If they're still in bloom, I'll take some really cool pictures. Now, my Patreons, if you are one of my Patreons, you know, and if you aren't one of my Patreons, I just want to let you know that they get to go in and pick a photograph that they want, usually once a month. And so they can use it for, it's a digital, but it's printable up to a certain size. So if you want to put it on your wall as artwork, or if you want to use it as a screensaver or something like that, you're more than welcome to do that. And it's just kind of a thank you gift for being a Patreon. So if you haven't joined me and you want to be a supporter of my Patreon, head on over to patreon.com and just look up the Black Orchid Project. Of course, there will be links down below to the Patreon page, of course, the Instagram page, where you can ask me questions and you can keep up on plants because I'll do little quick updates, which are a lot faster than doing videos, of course. And, you know, as always, if you enjoyed the video, if you got something from the video and you want to help me out, go on and hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment because that lets YouTube know that you are enjoying the content, and then we'll push it out to other people a lot faster and more frequently. So definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, make sure that you are being notified of new content. And so that's all I have today. As always, be safe. More importantly, be kind. Never give up on them. And until next time, peace.